Sure. Okay, so our agenda for today, we will be looking at the data translation standard. I know that in the last workshop there was additional work done on that, as well as UI resolution, and then the final feedback on the invocation standard. So, can we get a progress update uh, on these items?
Uh, sure. So on the data translation standard, we are very close to the point where we will just need a feedback review. So in our last meeting, we had not finished the diagrams with, um, yeah, like the process diagrams, but Niraj said that he could work on those asynchronously. But to be honest, I haven't checked the document to see if that indeed happened or if he didn't have the time for it.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's how it stands. If it hasn't happened, it's no problem at all. We would just take like probably half an hour to wrap it up, and then we can send it for a feedback round.
Great.
Yes.
Hey, Eugene.
My apologies for being late, but Joe, I think you're doing a great job going through the agenda.
Yep. Let me edit this so I can take some notes on here as well. So about a half hour to wrap this up, then ready for comments, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And we already have it scheduled for this Friday, so we can finish up in the workshop and then get it ready for feedback session.
Yep.
Amazing.
Okay. How about URI resolution?
For your resolution, we decided that I'm going to do some coding async, and when we get that PR approved, we'll continue working on the standard. Just suggest too much refactoring happening.
Okay. So this is on hold.
Right. So we tentatively scheduled based on the conversation with Yuri, I think we decided that we'll schedule the workshop on the 5th, so not next week, not this week, but the following week. And we can, if we need to move it further out, we can, but just to kind of have it on the calendar so we have a target. And hopefully, by then you'll be ready to review your changes, right? And then go through the workshop to update the standard, and then we'll see where we're at that point, right? If we need additional workshop session, and or if we're ready for feedback from the technical council at that point. Is that in line with what you were thinking as well, Yuri?
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for.
Amazing.
All right, great. Then next is the final feedback on the invocation standard. So does somebody else want to share their screen for this portion? Or do you want me to open it?
Yeah, so is this the latest version? I just want to make sure.
I'm not sure if it is.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think we
Changed
have the
me.
only
11 days
one
ago.
link, and
Okay, cool. All right, yep, this should be it then.
Okay.
Yeah, so we can walk through this. Yeah, should we let everyone kind of look through on their own time, or
Yeah.
is it better to have someone read through?
maybe we should take 5 minutes to walk through, or 10 minutes for everyone to just familiarize themselves, and then maybe do a walkthrough after that at the higher level.
Okay,
That
great.
sound good?
Sounds awesome.
So let's take a 10-minute discussion and go from there.
Okay. Sounds good. And I did add that link to the meeting notes. The meeting notes channel. All right. So how's everybody doing? Are we ready for
Still reading
discussion?
it.
Okay.
Could use like 2 more minutes.
Students, since yeah, just to make sure we don't have anything misleading in the code, if that makes sense.
Yeah, where did you send the link?
In the thread of the meeting.
I got it. Um, yeah. Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Okay, we're creating a pull request now. So
So does anybody have any feedback they'd like to share?
I have a question. So, in under client invoker implementation, we say if result.data equals undefined, return error. So, of course there's like the invariant that if result.data is undefined, that there should be an error. Um, should
Yeah,
make more
that's a good
sense
point. Oh,
result
sorry.
or no, no. Yeah, I was just wondering. Like, I guess it doesn't really matter. I was just wondering.
Okay, yes. Sorry. I think that there was some lag, so I didn't mean to talk over you. But I think that yeah, like if error is undefined, um, yeah, we could add. Yeah, I don't know. I'm debating whether that's an implementation detail that should be kind of handled by the implementer, or whether that's something we should add here. But yeah, if we added it, we would basically say like, if there is no error, we could return unknown error or something like that. Yeah. But yeah, I almost feel like that's a little bit too much. I'm not sure though. I'm not sure.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it should be an invariant. So if error happened to be undefined as well, then that's kind of like a bug in the client. So maybe it doesn't matter.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You also have the serialization standard still listed on its old name. Should be data translation.
Okay, so rename serialization to translation.
Data translation, yeah.
Yeah, so any other thoughts or feedback?
A very superficial note in the invoker interface. It says eliminate needless decoding encoding. It would make more sense to say needless encoding decoding. But that's just
I think that's the other way around because without that flag, we would need to first decode and then encode. Probably on purpose.
Yeah, that is actually correct. Yeah, because that's kind of like the optimization case. Going
oh, I see. You pass it without decoding.
uh yes, yeah. Yes.
Okay, sorry. Yeah.
Any other additional feedback?
I think that I'm gonna delete all the notes at the bottom.
Yeah, I think the final feedback section, that's all done. And it looks like the one yellow square is all done, but I'm not sure about the middle one. Working the week of July 18th. I think that's all good.
Okay, cool. So, what do you guys think? Are we good to vote on it real quick to ratify it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Sweet.
Great. So we'll create a post for ratification, like we did last time, and get a vote there. And then once approved, we can post it to the GitHub, to the standards.
Awesome. Yeah, and could we do that async? Like after you create the post, maybe send it in the channel and stuff.
Absolutely. That's exact. We'll do it exactly the same way we did it last time. If that works for everybody, which you just said, create a post, send it async, finalize the approval, and post it once it's done.
Awesome. Yeah, is there anything else that we should do today?
So so I think one thing that I wanted to just discuss is the plan for this coming Friday. We have we usually have a 2-hour block that we allocated towards the workshops. We have the first block allocated towards the data translation standard already. And my question is, to start the workshops on any new any new standards and allocate the second block for it. So let me just give me 1 second. Let me open up. Share my screen real quick. 1 second. So here's the list of our standards. Unless we want to use this block for any kind of a feature discussion that might be prioritized, but I think that we can continue down the path of picking up the new standard to start focusing on. And so I was hoping that maybe we can go through this list and then we can schedule a workshop on one of those. I think that we said that we won't start URI resolver until we finish with the URI resolution, so it will probably make sense. I'm sorry, this one already accepted. Sorry, never mind. We'll finish this and then we're resolution. So maybe config. Let me just look at the critical ones.
Yeah.
Wait.
I feel like there's two critical ones we haven't done yet: the WebAssembly runtime and the client.
Yeah.
The user resolver is accepted?
No, it was sorry. This is wrong. Was deprecated. Merged with their resolution. So that's
Okay.
I needed to. That's why I put it as accepted, because this is moved off. So realistically, it just needs to be taken off this list.
Okay, sounds good. We could do the
Sure.
WebAssembly runtime. It's closely tied to the data translation.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so we can schedule it for this Friday, if that's okay.
Yep, that sounds good. Can we schedule it after the data translation?
Right after.
Could you add me? I think it's that's fine.
I'll fix that later. I know you're nerve seal, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
So okay, I'll set this up for this Friday, and I think that's it. If you'd like to use the last half an hour for any kind of workshop discussions, we can have that, or otherwise we can cut it short and then pick it up during the workshop.
We have another call for client and plugin config changes. We could do that right now. What do you guys think?
Or maybe
Yeah,
continue with the data resolution discussion because we have that workshop already set up and I don't have anything for configuration, but that's fine. We can start a new, whatever you want, guys. It's whatever you think is the most, we can set up a new HackMD very quickly. Do you have a preference? You want to start in the configuration? Or maybe start on the WebAssembly runtime?
Yeah, I think we should do the WebAssembly runtime first. Yeah.
All right, let's create a quick HackMD note. What's that? I just posted the link to the notes. So, who wants to? I'm gonna stop sharing the screen and let you guys open it up. Get started on that. So as usual, I think the first thing would be to focus on creating the outline, correct? For the WebAssembly runtime.
Do we have a description already?
Oh, sorry. Start with description and the outline.
Yeah, and are you guys able to edit the HackMD? I'm not having any success.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me see if I can fix that real quick. Right. Try it now, please. No, still 1 second.
I think it might be my connection.
No, it's the same as for me too. It says I'm connected instead of online, and now I gotta forbidden 403.
Yeah, I'm confused. Hold on a second. I don't know why this is doing this. Maybe HackMD's having some issues.
Yeah, I think that it was my connection issue. Is anyone else able to edit it?
No, I can't. And now it's 403.
Now, yes, it's 402.
Hey guys, sorry for being late, but what are we doing currently?
The WebAssembly runtime workshop. There's a link to the HackMD in the private meeting notes thread.
It's not letting me.
But
It's not letting me update the. I'm gonna be creating a new one. Not sure why it's. I think HackMD is having stability issues because it's not letting me change the permissions and it keeps saying connected. Let me try it again. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah, I can hear. I
Yeah,
can edit the implication standard. That's like.
yeah. I just tried creating a new document myself too, and it just here. Let's just uh
Maybe you can start a discussion in the post or something, and then I'll transfer it to the HackMD.
yeah. Here I can try and share my screen, but I might disconnect because my internet's pretty poor.
Well, it seems like Jordan doesn't have the bandwidth to share his screen. Does somebody else want to share their screen? Get us started.
Yep, I can do that.
Great, thank you.
Should I go to the GitHub repo?
I was thinking maybe we can just create a post in forum for now, and then get rid of it later. We're so used to working on HackMD out of HackMD, right? That creates an interesting challenge.
Yeah, though we do need a description first, right?
Right.
Yeah, we could work on that.
Yeah, maybe just right in here. It sounds good.
Let me just check if somehow
And,
this
and
started work. Oh, never mind.
I'll continue trying to fix that while you guys work in the description and outline.
Yeah, so I think that the description for this should be well, the scope of it should be documenting the way in which we run and interact with WebAssembly modules. So this can include things like import exports. It could also include things like asyncify. Yeah, it's pretty much like the imports and exports are the base of it all. and then we just have to clearly
Yes, we do.
define what those look like, so and how they function.
How's it going?
And a subset of these import exports will be related to the data translation, but yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask how data translation fits into this and how we should separate those two, since we do
Yeah,
have a separate
it's
standard for data translation.
yeah, so it's basically data translation will be a expansion, like a subsection that goes into finer detail of how we do the encoding and message pack and what the different kind of like base types are and things like that. But for this, we can just reference the import exports that are there, and we can say that, you know, we use these for data translation, and you can read more about that here. Yeah.
Also, is this WebAssembly runtime or wrapper runtime?
Yeah, it's
Because
specifically the WebAssembly runtime. Yeah.
because last time on data translation we were trying to figure out better naming for things, and we figured there's two runtimes technically, like both a wrapper and a WebAssembly runtime. Wrapper runtime, wasm runtime, and then part of the encoding happens in the wrapper runtime, part in the wasm runtime, and they communicate together. And for now, we've been talking about the wrapper runtime as if it was WebAssembly. You know,
Yep. Yeah, that makes sense. I would, yeah, I think that we should probably rename wrapper runtime to just wrapper. Um, but anyway, like that's a minor nit. Yeah, for this new one, we're specifically talking about the WASM runtime, and yeah, how
but if you're
that.
talking about the WASM runtime, there's no. I mean, there's exports, imports, but there's no client side there, no host side. Are we not talking about host side at all in this
No, yeah,
standard?
it'll get referenced. Yeah, like you have to reference the host that runs your WebAssembly. Yeah, so yeah, like it'll certainly be referenced, but the the point of the WebAssembly runtime is to talk about how the WebAssembly module interacts with its outside world and what a valid wrap WASM module looks like based off of its imports and exports and how it should function.
Okay, so we're mostly talking about assembly script code or Rust code, not really the TypeScript code, I guess. We're just referencing the client part.
Yeah, well, yeah. Again, like that'll be a piece for sure, but yeah, it's kind of from the perspective of WebAssembly. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So hear me. Yeah. So I feel like the list should just be or the description should be fully describe all required imports and exports and the desired functionality or something like that. Yeah, because if we do that, then we're pretty much done here, I think. Because I can't think of anything else that. Oh, and I guess also we should in addition to imports exports, we should talk about how like memory works for WASM modules. So
Yeah,
we
sure.
yeah, because we require WASM modules to export their memory, uh, and so yeah. It's like a specific way to build a WASM module. So maybe we could say just basically like have additional build requirements or something like that uh, as like a section, and part of that is like memory export.
6 p.m.
Are we talking about the bindings?
That's when the fun begins.
Yeah, like I think that can certainly be referenced here. Yes, for sure.
Finalized.
So data translation bindings.
Byline. So maybe I'll try to catch a nap between 4 and 6.
I almost kind of feel like this image talks about what we want to talk about in that standard, but so maybe we kind of went too wide here with the data translation. I guess not, but still.
Probably.
Yeah, no, I think that we can definitely take some of those things out of data translation and move it into WebAssembly runtime.
Cheese and butter.
Because in my mind, data translation should mostly just talk about how values are encoded.
Wasn't great chicken for me.
But the actual method of getting them into WebAssembly, I feel like that's like a part of the WebAssembly runtime.
Too late.
Yeah, I think I definitely agree. Like in isolation, if there's no WebAssembly runtime standard, then I'd like to keep this like it is. But there is a WebAssembly runtime standard, so it makes sense to move these things there and just talk about specific encoding decoding rules here.
Okay, cool. Yep, makes sense. So yeah, we can do that in the workshop probably. Yeah.
Should we maybe move them around, try to get the WebAssembly runtime outlined first in the first hour, and then talk about data installation? Because WebAssembly runtime is like the bigger picture. It might be
Sure.
easier to talk about data installation.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Yeah.
Only
Okay.
2 days of discomfort today and tomorrow.
Okay, is there anything else here? Imports, exports,
Mostly today.
field requirements, data translation, writings.
What about Asyncify?
Would it make sense to mention here the model and parameter variables? Like just to mention. I don't know if that makes sense.
I think so.
Like
Probably
the
will
way
get mentioned with these, right?
Good lunch yesterday?
Yeah, let's cover that. So,
Yeah, I think those will be covered in the import export because that's how we
Yeah.
do it.
I just wanted to just have it. Anyways.
Well, it's not. It's just, moving on nicotine and caffeine, I guess.
I think that's about it, right?
Oh, actually, there is a test they could do to see if you have colon cancer, but it doesn't remove the polyps. I gotta get it to him. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, sweet.
I can't go for a colonoscopy anymore.
Hey Joe or Eugene, could you schedule WebAssembly runtime for this Friday before the data translation?
I thought you said that you wanted. I thought you said that you wanted
Yeah, they were
after.
talking to me for a second, but Eugene.
No, data translation should be after WebAssembly so that we can figure
Yeah,
out
we-
better what should be inside.
All right, sweet.
We just changed our minds.
I love you so much.
Sorry about that.
Okay, talk to you
problem.
soon. Love you. Bye.
Okay, so I just resent the invitation. You should have one for data translation standard at what is it? 10 a.m. Central Time, and then WebAssembly runtime at 11. Wait, the other way around. You said, right?
Yeah. WebAssembly first.
Alright.
Okay.
WebAssembly first. Sorry about that.
No worries.
Okay. Now I should have it right. Cool. Anything else? All right. Well, we can cut it short today. Give it 10 minutes back. Well, we have two workshops scheduled for this Friday. WebAssembly first, data translation second. I will also send out asynchronously the acceptance for the standards we finalized today.
Sounds good.
That's it.
Awesome.
Thank you so much, guys.
Take care, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
But